All right.
That.
Hello, friends. Everybody set? Everyone ready? We're good? No devastating audio issues currently?
No.
When I can't hear you, I'm like, oh my gosh, am I having devastating audio issues?
Now we hear you good.
Fantastic. All right. Let me lower the mood music for 1 second. There we go. All right. Thank you all for coming to this one shot, The Silent Tide. I am like super excited, even a little bit nervous. As I said, I joked that I wasn't, but I am absolutely nervous to have all of these fantastic D&D players with us for the second one shot in a serial that we're doing here on the channel on Ghostlight. A lot of fantastic players. I want to go around the horn and have everyone introduce themselves and kind of introduce their character really briefly, and maybe give us an announcement if you have anything to announce for your channels. We'll start with Jaycee.
Hi, I'm Jaycee. My character this evening is Elias Bex. He's a middle-aged rogue who bit disgraced, trying to make it life. He's got a few surprises.
Middle-aged rogue with a few surprises. I like that. We're gonna kick it on over to Goldie. How's it going today, Goldie?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm Goldie. Today I'll be playing Bosun Higgs Harding, who is a crewman on a Spelljammer vessel, and he's currently in Lunessra on shore leave, but his captain has sent him on this mission.
Isn't that just the thing that you go on shore leave and then you get more work to do?
Exactly.
The worst shore leave ever. All right, Oscar Fargrim.
Hello, I'm Fargrim. Tonight I'll be playing Oscar Tinfoot, a simple, kind, not suspicious glass merchant.
That's what someone suspicious would say, but go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just a simple glass merchant, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about tonight.
Anything to announce? I know you do.
Oh,
I know you do.
yeah, right on. Sorry. Starting second week in April, we'll be doing my second campaign called the Quillen's Fated Few. I guess you could say anime lovers plus meets spell and sorcery type D&D campaign. And this weekend, Saturday, we have our DM Q&A with amazing people. We have a awesome lineup this year. We have Ghost, we have GM Eric, Solid 10, we have Hollowed RPG, and Xander from Xander Welds, and Dirty Rollers. So, exciting times. So come check us out Saturday at 8 Eastern, 8 or 9 Eastern. So that's going to be fun.
I'm really looking forward to it. Every time we do it, I learn like a ton, and then I feel like I always DM immediately after one of those, and I'm like, ooh, I can do that thing they talked about. Really
like,
looking forward to that.
Notes. Yeah, dude, I'm really hyped.
Me too. Purple, what's going on, man?
Hey, tonight I will be playing the wonderful Birdman Grip, who is taking on this job for his own personal reasons.
Now his name is Dr. Grip. You put some respect in your voice when you say it.
Yes, sometimes you just forget that you have a doctorate.
This happens.
It's one of those days.
Insight.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. Moving on down to Phoenix playing Storm. How's it going today, Phoenix?
Going pretty good. But yeah, so Storm is a barbarian tabaxi. She's super protective of her sister. She's her bodyguard. But yeah, so and yeah, you can call me Phoenix or Jen. But as far as anything I have coming up that's D&D related, I'm eventually going to start some one-shots, I guess, in about a month now. Need more players that are interested, but yeah. But it's during the workday for most people, so it's kind of a special timing. So, but yeah, that's it.
I'll let you know that I work from home and often do things that I shouldn't be doing during the workday. So if you need a player, you let me know.
Understood.
I know I'm terrified that someone from work's going to find my channel and be like, why is he live streaming right now? All right. And last but not least, the unstoppable Bug. What's going on today, Bug?
Hello, I'm good. I hope you guys are well. I'm super excited. As noted, I am Bug. You can catch me usually on Solid 10 most Fridays out of the month. Maybe a surprise Saturday for a one-shot. We do have one coming up on April 12th as of right now. Scheduled to change, maybe, but as of right now, April 12th. I will be playing the wonderful sister to our lovely Storm over there, Miss Phoenix. Star is also a tabaxi, but she is a bard. So we have the barbarian duo over here. She is dramatic. That's all I got so far. We'll see how she flourishes tonight.
I like that. She's dramatic. That's all I got. I'm not sure which row you put that in. Flaw.
Both is good.
All right. So for those of you who don't know, if you're playing with us for the first time, hi, I'm Ghost. It's nice to meet you. We do lots of stuff here on the channel, Ghostlight. I primarily do video game breakdowns and whatnot. Thanks to a few of our friends on my channel, and Dark Raven Voyages, Solid 10. I've really gotten into some D&D, and now we're starting some serial one-shots. These are one-shots that all exist in the same world. It's not a campaign. It's like a campaign if you just don't commit to it, I guess is really what that what that equates to. So this is number 2. Just a quick introduction. This all takes place in the city of Lunessra. We're going to get into what Lunessra means in a minute. But before we begin, does anyone have any questions?
How do I play D&D?
I'm gonna.
How do I do this game?
Let me send you a video real quick. You can watch it during this intro.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna roll the intro, the hype video. Sit tight.
Move.
Here we go.
Yeah. So heed me now and pay you well, or sink ye down to the coldest hell. No prayer nor plea will change your fate. Once the tide has come too late, the silent tide, it takes its doom. The lost, the down, the gold from you. Toss your coin or pay the price, or sleep beneath the tides of ice. The silent tide, it takes its due. The lost, the down, the gold from you. Toss your coin or pay the price, or sleep beneath the tides of ice.
Song just to save on my phone so I can listen to it when I want.
Okay.
Right?
I'm out of breath because I ran downstairs to get a drink during the intro. It's okay. It's fine.
Please add the song to Spotify.
I will. I will 100% do that. Did that work for everybody? We all did it?
Yep.
Oh, fantastic.
My husband's trying to fix something on my screen.
Do you need a minute? Okay. Let me know if you need me to stop. Good to go? All right. Okay, friends. We start in the city of Lunessra, also known as the City of Eternal Glow. Now it rises like a beacon along the coast of Veltheros, where the rivers of diplomacy and ambition have long since converged. Now, I'm still out of breath. No single kingdom claims these lands, yet all have left their mark in some way, shape, or form. The city's architecture is intricate. It's a fusion of the worlds that built it, like elven spires woven with silver filigree, stand beside dwarven stonework, carved with runes of ancient craftsmanship. Cities of smooth marble, laid by human hands, weave beneath the towering silhouettes of draconic keeps, their banners rippling in the ocean breeze. The flickering glow of infernal lanterns, red and violet, warm and sinister, illuminate bridges where beastkin artisans carve stories into wood and stone, their heritage etched in the city's very bones. At night, Lunessra glows not just from the stars above, but from within. Magical lanterns line the streets, their soft luminescence bathing courtyards in golden light. And while the high towers of the Lunessra Keep shine like celestial guardians. But light never exists without shadow. Beneath its ivory brilliance, Lunessra breathes in whispers. Deals struck behind silk curtains. Fortunes lost with the roll of a die. And secrets traded like coin. Here, in the underbelly of civilization, where even the most advanced cultures cannot outrun poverty, desperation, and hunger. This is where the forgotten gather. Now, there's a place called the Eclipse Market. This is a smuggler's haven, hidden beneath the city's more respectable face. It thrives in the labyrinth of alleys behind dockside warehouses, and this is where the Gilded Lantern stands. This line between lawful and illicit grows thinner with each passing night. Tonight, the tide carries with it a new kind of deal. Through the damp streets of the docks, where the scent of brine and ale mingle with lantern smoke, figures move in the night. Maybe sailors unloading cargo, maybe beggars wrapped in threadbare cloaks, cutthroats lingering just out of reach of the light. Past the row of seafront taverns, where the laughter of drunkard masks the whispers of spies, an alley yawns open between two worn-down storefronts. And it's there, waiting in the shadows just outside the Gilded Lantern, is Darius Goldthorn, a man who always has had one hand in the light and the other buried in the dark. He stands with his back to the wall, his coat neatly pressed. His eyes, sharp, flicker towards every approaching step. A man who deals in favors, in promises, and in goods that were never meant to be found. But tonight, he is waiting for you. And somewhere beyond the city, beyond its glow, past the whispering bay, amidst the dark waves of the Virusian Sea, something else is waiting, too. So as you approach, we have Eli, Higgs, Oscar, and Grip, all approaching Darius as he stands waiting outside the Gilded Lantern.
All right, Darius, I'm here. What's all this about? What's with all these people?
I don't seem to have any audio if anyone is talking. That seems just about right, doesn't it? Oh, I heard that.
You heard
Yeah,
me.
you just
Jaycee
listened.
was talking. He tried to break the ice with Darius.
Oh, there we go. Sorry. Could you repeat that? Because I clearly didn't hear that.
Okay. All right, Darius, I'm here. What's all this about? And what's with all these people? You know I work a lot.
Well, it's great to see you, Eli. It's been a minute. I didn't even know you were still in town, but I hoped you would. The tasking that I have for you tonight. It's going to require, well, to be honest, probably a bit more than even this. But I don't like getting wet. Can we move this inside if it's okay with all of you? Oscar, it's good to see you again, my friend. How's the glass trade treating you?
Very well, very well. Soon I'm thinking about having a sale, but we shall see. We shall see.
Let me know about that. I'm always in the market for some good piece of glass.
Most excellent. How do you run Thieves' Cant? Because people in certain games do something different. I was trying to think about sending him like a coded verbal message that doesn't make sense to anybody else, like, how's the weather today? Or did you feed your dog? Think something like that.
I mean, personally, I always just kind of took it as like, maybe like more about the pronunciation and the jargon of it all. Like, not necessarily encoding it per se, but it being in a language in and of itself. But I am open to whatever you're wanting to lay down to Darius right now.
No, I always thought of it more of a coded language, specifically based on real life thief symbols that you'd leave on houses and mark different marks to tell other thieves that, hey, this is a good place to strike, or stay away from this place, or
Similarly to Skyrim.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So it's more of like
that does come off of like real life history too.
oh,
The way
that
Skyrim
is
does
true.
it.
Yeah. So it's more like of a runic coded language than a verbal one.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll play it like that. So, I have nothing particular to say to Darius right now.
Okay. Dr. Grip, it's great to see that you made it. I wasn't honestly sure that you'd actually show up.
I owe you a favor for offloading the Weimar merchandise that we took out of the estate, so
They still
I'm
want
here
that
paying.
back, just so you know.
Yeah.
So maybe don't flash
Listen.
that around town too much.
I sold that to one of your fences. You gave me this nice little note that said I would be attacked, and I wanted to offload it because I'm not coming. I'm not going to be in possession of such hot merchandise.
I will have to look into that myself. All right.
But I figured the show of courtesy. Order. Mean I should show up to whatever this is.
Well, I'm glad you're here because I could use your brain on this one. Higgs, I'm sure you're probably wondering what exactly you're doing here.
Higgs clutches at his necklaces that he has around his neck. It's talk about that inside you. It's terribly bad luck to deal out in the wind.
Sure, bad luck, I don't know, but I hate getting wet. So why don't we go ahead and move this into, I don't know, some more hospitable climate. Are you familiar with this area? Have you been here before?
Yeah, once or twice.
All right, they have an excellent dwarven ale here. I highly recommend it.
As long as you're buying.
All right, so let me know if you have any issues moving your token around. We can do a little bit of troubleshooting at the top if we need to.
Right.
Everybody good?
Nope. We're good.
Which part is the entrance?
Oh, it's if you can see the front desk, it's right in front of the front desk. Sorry, my screen started doing something a little crazy.
Assuming in one of these doors.
Yeah, there I let you through.
There we go.
As soon as everyone walks through, Grip casts a quick prestidigitation on himself and the people following, drying everyone off.
Well, that was very nice. Dr. Grip, I didn't know you had it in you. Thank you very much. That really does suit me quite well. Darius says, sort of like straightening out his clothes now that he's nice and pristine.
Can't be seen walking around soaked like this. Can't be doing business like this either.
Indeed. So as you enter into sort of this front room of the Gilded Lantern, now the Gilded Lantern itself operates as both a inn and a tavern, like so many other establishments like it. The warm glow of candlelight flickers against the polished wood of the Gilded Lantern's entry hall. Now it casts long shadows as you come in. And you see meticulously kept ledgers and scrolls stacked behind the counter, the scent of aged parchment and ink lingering in the air, mingling with the faint aroma of roasted meats drifting in from the adjoining tavern. Now seated behind that desk, sort of their quills scratching methodically across this fresh parchment, is a red-skinned tiefling. Circle glasses, white linen shirt with a nicely kept vest, looking very bookish, scratching away, I should say. His slim frame is hunched over slightly, his deep red skin illuminated by the soft lantern light. His black and gray streaked hair pulled back from his face in a loose, distracted kind of fashion. You can see his glasses sort of perched at his nose as he's looking down. He doesn't really seem to make any real notice of you walking in without looking up. He just sort of, in a smooth and distant, he greets you in a measured, well-practiced tone. Welcome to the Gilded Lantern. If you require lodging, I'll need a name for the registry. If you're looking for the tavern, it's over there. It's through the door to your... And as he looks up, he sees Darius standing along the group, and he quickly straightens himself up, presenting himself in a little bit more of a attentive manner. A split-second change overtakes this person, their demeanor. The bored disinterest vanishes, replaced with a quick, almost anxious efficiency as he straightens his posture and carefully sets his quill aside. Scrambling from his seat, he smooths out his vest, straightens his collar with unnecessary precision as he steps towards to assist. Now Darius, ever composed, kind of used to this sort of thing, he just smiles and reaches into his pocket, retrieves a small leather pouch, and he sets it on the table, on the counter. He says, for the usual discretion and clearing the inn. Oh, and he starts to point to the door behind him. I have a friend docked out on one of the slips in your wharf. Just, see to it that he stays uninterrupted, let's say. And you see that this tiefling is quickly sort of scratching notes down, and he's like, yes, of course. Yes, Mr. Goldthorn, of course, yes. Anything that you need. He is nodding blissfully. So as this occurs, he just sort of steps aside and sort of opens his body as if he was no longer standing between you and the tiefling, and he says, and welcome to the Gilded Lantern. The tavern is through there. Just make yourself comfortable. Our selection is rather extensive, and the company is occasionally pleasant. And he sort of steps aside to usher you into the main part of the tavern. And he's looking at each of you, smiling pleasantly, smiling as you each walk by. The last to walk through is Higgs, and at the sight of you, his face begins to straighten, almost nervous, tense even. And his eyes look to the ground. He says, Mr. Harding. Pleasure.
Good to see you again. Keeping yourself out of trouble, yes?
Always, sir, always.
Good. I'll see you around, yeah.
Of course, anything you need.
So I give him a little hippo smile, and I'll follow the others.
What's a hippo smile? Just, you can't show.
I
What is a hippo?
assume the lips roll back or something.
All right, so as you enter the tavern, you're greeted with a surprisingly busy room. Like, there's a lot of people there enjoying themselves. It's lively with music. The first thing you see as you enter into the room is Star. Hey, what up, Bug? Listen, Bug, if you wouldn't mind just giving us a brief description of your character and then rolling a performance check for me.
Absolutely. You see standing there with a lute in her hands, a tabaxi of black fur, with white accents, big ears with white tufts coming out of them. She's wearing like a fancy tailcoat kind of thing, with golden accents and swirling designs. She's got knee-high boots and her jacket kind of crosses in front of her and kind of becomes like a half skirt kind of thing, if that makes any sense. And she has bright yellow eyes, and she is standing there plucking on the lute, kind of doing like a lilt, like a la 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 dee la dee 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 doo day. No words, just kind of lilting a little bit, and she is taking in everything around her. And you said a performance, is that correct?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Oh.
That's pretty good.
Very nice.
Oh.
All right, so as you walk into the bar, you see that everyone's just having this. Everyone's like pounding on tables. You see Stars just plucking away, doing her la 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 la, you know, going to town. The crowd is just loving it. The crowd is digging it. It's this tavern is alive with music. There's a few patrons tapping their tankards on the bar, on their table. You know, people are dancing, kind of, sort of. It's like tavern dancing, so more like a sway. You know, more like tapping on the knee and stuff like that. As you approach, you can't help but notice Star. And as you look around the room and you see a few faces. Darius, as he walks in, sort of motions to the bartender and points at the table in the back without saying a word, as you all just kind of follow him behind. Now, while this is happening, Star, again, having a commanding presence over this tavern. You also see, you can't help but notice, near a cobblestone fireplace in the center of the room, seated in one of the armchairs, is this very sort of casually cavalier sitting. And again, Phoenix, you let me know, but I picture her like leg up.
Oh yeah, but she's definitely keeping an eye on anyone that gets too close to Star.
Can you describe your character and what you picture her doing right now?
Well, she looks very similar to her sister. They were born in the same litter, so white tufts, you know, all that kind of stuff. She doesn't really have any armor on her, but she has this really nice shield, which she is very proud of. And yeah, she's just kind of kicked back. She's probably already like moved a little bit closer to a patron that might have gotten a little bit too close, you know? So a couple people are probably looking at her like, you know? She's just chilling, keeping an eye on everybody.
Seated centrally, so you can keep your eye peeled for any trouble. Darius finds a table in the back and sort of motions for the group to head on back to that table, which just so happens to be in earshot of you, Storm.
As Higgs moves over to the table, he's just going to tuck his staff in and beat to the music and do like a little bouncy walk, which he thinks is in time to the music, but is completely not.
A little hippo bounce.
Yeah.
Eli, with one eyebrow raised at the entire exchange between Darius and the and the welcoming committee, as well as everything that happened and how he was treated as he came in, looks at the bartender. Yeah, go ahead and start tab courtesy of Mr. Gold. I'm gonna need it.
Darius sees you at the bar, sort of talking and motioning, and he just is like, so as you make your way back to the table, and again, Star is still rocking out over on the other side. This bartender behind the bar, old as dirt. This very you when you see him, you get the impression that he's doing this because he can no longer pirate efficiently or sailor efficiently. He's just this really old guy, kind of hunched over. You can tell that he's not really into the music. It's just like, oh, he's trying to get some glasses together, and he's very slowly moving to get these tankards filled. And for any of you that are thirsty at the table, you're kind of getting that, like, is this ever gonna happen, or like, what's going on? And then just as he does it, just as you can't take it anymore, you see this old man grab all of the mugs by the handle with one meaty mitt and then start to slowly make his way to your table. Slowly make his way to your table. So slow, painfully slow. Like you're thinking to yourself, should I order another drink when he gets here so that when I'm done with this, it'll maybe be here? So he walks his way over and he starts to set them all down on the table, very slowly, and then begins to reach out. He says, "This is one of the finest ales we've had here in a while. It's the dwarven, what's it called? The Stormforge. Yes, Stormforge. You will definitely like this." He points to Grip as he hands him one. "Mr. Goldthorn, do you care to put an order in for the dining?" He said, "No, I'm good, thank you. Are any of you hungry? Do you want?" I think he makes a good, I want to call it stew.
I'm fine. I ate before I got here.
Just keep the meat going.
Okay, we have real meat today. If you change your mind, then you can just... Okay, if you need me, I'll be right over. And he just sort of slowly wanders. He's like slowly skirts past Storm, kind of works his way around her, goes back to the patrons enjoying Star's music. And that leaves you all sitting with Darius. Can I do this? Oh, I totally can. Fantastic.
Grip will push his ale towards Eli. Yeah, you wanted the drink. You can have
Eli
mine so you
takes
don't end up waiting that long again.
Eli takes it unceremoniously. No, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Nods his absent-mindedly down, fiddles pommel up and grabs first tankard. Takes a big swig.
So, what's the job?
I gave you a little bit of information in the letter, but I do need to tell you some things here in Lunessra have changed, and for the better. I'm getting into the insurance game. It's been mostly profitable, but I took on more than I could chew, and I insured a relic that was not traveling too far. I thought it would be fine. And, well, it's gone missing. And it is a substantial amount of money that I don't want to pay. Let me be honest. So, that's why I asked you here. I was hoping you all could track this down for me.
You know, this is why you shouldn't make deals in the rain. It's bad luck.
Yeah, I don't know why it's raining in here exactly.
Leaky roof.
It's a really, really old tavern.
You get used to these sorts of establishments after a while.
Let's see if I can do something about that. At least while we're on the inside. No, I can't. Okay, cool. Perfect. It must be built into the scene. Anyway. Well, I can't say that I know if it was raining when I made the deal, Higgs, but I will definitely take that in the future, because I'm in a bit of a pickle. I'm not going to lie. This is what I know. I was able to get, through some back channels, we'll say, the manifest for the shipment. It left Eldwin Hollow, and some of you may know where that is. Again, it was just making the quick trip, couple days journey, not a big deal. Somewhere along the way, it just went missing. It's been about 3 days since it was scheduled to get here. Honestly, there's been no wreckage. There's been no reports of them seeing the minnow fin, the ship in question. So I thought maybe you could help me out. I also took the liberty of chartering a vessel. Not a lot of people were willing to take the job, but I found someone willing. They're waiting outside for whenever you care to take off. If you can figure out where it is, we have an idea. I have the course that they were supposed to take. I don't know where we lost them. Can you help me?
Sure. So we take the boat, find your missing artifact, and return it. Seems simple enough.
Yes, and I am willing to pay you each 100 gold. Yeah, not bad, right?
You can do a bit better than that.
You didn't. You didn't let me finish. That would be 50 now, and then the other 50 when you completed the work, the job. And I mean, I'll pay expenses. We have rooms here at this inn. You can stay here. I paid the captain off. I mean, I paid the captain already. 50 now, 50 later. What do you think?
Not good enough, my friend.
Okay, Oscar. What do you think would be good enough?
Why not 200 each?
Roll a
100
persuasion.
now? Yeah.
Oh no! If you're gonna keep going, you keep negotiating.
Well, yeah, 100 now, and then 100 once we get back. It's only fair.
Storm shifts in the chair a little bit.
I can't see the game log. Oh, okay. Did you just attack with your dagger? Or is that an old one? Oh, okay.
That's an old one.
I was like, jeez.
I shank
How are
him.
you negotiating this?
Ah,
Whoa.
take it out, stab the table.
I think Sage should be the one negotiating for you.
Yeah.
You know what? I think fair is fair, Oscar. Yeah, 100 now and 100 when you get back. And again, I'll pay full expenses, all on me, on my dime. I paid the captain. You are gonna need a few more people, though. I kind of promised the captain you'd help crew the ship, and I thought there'd be at least 4 more of you. But I feel like there's enough people here, we could maybe work something out. Most of these folks are sailors, I think.
Can
Or
Oscar
homeless.
do an insight check on Storm?
Sure. Against Storm's what exactly?
Just to see if she is capable and approachable.
So what are you insight checking against? What's the PvP on this?
Well, I'm just so I'm
It's
pretty
like a
much
vibe, basically.
Yeah. I'm saying like
Vibe check.
Is this
roll
like
for vibe
charisma?
no, it's wisdom. Like, man, can I go up and talk to her, or is she like not feeling it?
So she just does her.
Can I roll a perception check to see if he's looking at her?
Yeah, you do. You boo.
Eli sees eyes passing back and forth, sighs, and takes another big swig of his.
She's listening to the money guy.
All right, so Fargrim, you're trying to get a sense of her general overall vibe. So I'm thinking charisma to roll against her overall charisma, approachability. Is what you're saying, right? I'm getting
Well, with
look
my
in your face, I'm
insight-
getting that's not.
With my insight check, I was seeing if she was approachable by her body language, by how she was sitting in the chair, her demeanor, overall demeanor. So I'm just saying if she is approachable and maybe a worthy brother in arms with this vibe check.
All right, I'll leave it to you, Phoenix, if you feel like the 16 is gonna give him what he's looking for and what the thing is that he receives from that 16.
Well, I mean, he could probably tell that she's at least listening in on the conversation. She's not trying to be too stealthy with it because she's totally about to stand up and go over there. But she's relaxed, but also at the same time, like, I mean, she has like, you know, like a warhammer next to her and a shield, you know. So I mean,
All right.
probably
I'm just
okay. in
imagining one of
battle,
those
maybe.
ears moving towards
what
us
I was
right
gonna
now.
Yeah, it's like
So
Yeah, one
That's
of
the
them's
big
like
tell
this.
right there is the.
I'll take my undrinking drink and walk up to Storm and be like, "Hey, friend, you care to make some money?" And I'll do one of these because I'm a halfling.
Well, I don't really drink when I'm. And she kind of looks over at the corner on the job, but I definitely am. Seems like the man in a pickle might need a little bit of muscle.
Now, as Oscar's
And she looks at
approaching
him.
the man in the pickle, she's been listening.
He said it.
I know.
Wrote it.
As Oscar approaches the tabaxi, Eli, you start to feel a little bit of anxiety bubble up. Just a feeling, nothing more.
Eli anxiously down and fiddles with the pommel of his dagger. Habit. Anxious. Keeps his eyes about the obvious backs. which
Grip,
is
you
out of place.
Grip, you notice Eli sort of fidgeting with the top of his dagger. I know that your passive perception is really high.
Yeah.
You notice him, these little things that he's doing. Nothing, again, crazy, just something you take note of.
Yeah. All right.
Did Storm agree? Did Storm join the cause?
Well, she looked over at the guy that is in a pickle and said he might need some muscle.
Oh.
And she'll say, "You got some extra coin to spread around for a couple more?"
Actually, Oscar will pay her. I have Monet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I come as a pair, if that's okay.
Shit.
She points over at the bard in the corner. It's my
Still
sister.
jamming away, by the way.
I'll nod my head and smile. I will give you both 75 gold. Just to sit at the table and hear Darius out. And I'll introduce myself. I am Oscar Tenfoot. A pleasure. And I'll extend my little hand.
She'll
That's my
stick her hand out to shake it.
My strong hand. Glass merchant extraordinaire. Now I'll pull up the chair that I was sitting in, and I will approach Star.
She'll say, "Oh, the name's Storm. By the way."
As he's walking away, he's like,
I know. I didn't get to introduce myself. It's fine. She's gonna move over to the table, but kind of not sit. She's gonna like stand. I guess here. But a little closer, and watch him approach my sister.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just listening to you finish your performance. I'm just
Okay.
doing some math.
All right. She is in her own little world, and slowly, there's a build, and it gets really quiet for a second, and then she finishes with a da da da, and kind of does a bow, and probably reaches around for a water skin and starts to take a swig.
you hear the tavern erupt in cheering. They were very enthralled by your performance. One particular dwarf at the bar, like particularly, is like, "Oh, fantastic! Oh, that was fantastic! Keep going, encore! Keep it going! I have another."
Well, don't forget to tip your bard. Give me just a moment, and I'll be back for some more entertainment.
He reaches in his pocket and just throws some copper pieces towards your. I don't know if you have a case out, but towards your general direction.
Oh yeah, I have a case.
Maybe like 10 copper.
Awesome. Every copper counts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drop in 75 gold in your case.
Okay.
Now,
Oh, why, thank you. Generous. That's very generous of you.
what a wonderful performance. I believe I've met your sister. Storm, was it? And I gesture over to the table of my compatriots. I say, you've been hired on a job. Or, as we say, voluntold. I give one of those fake salesman chuckles.
I'm gonna look over, try to meet eyes with Storm, and like an ear will twitch. All right. I'll listen at least.
Absolutely. That's what the persuasion gold is for.
Aha, I see.
And as we're walking along, I'm going to pull. What the fuck?
Out of your pocket?
No, there's.
Oh.
That's weird. I'll pull up a chair as we're walking along, so she can at least sit at the table before I can. And I'll go up to Grip and I'll say, "Make some room, sir. Make some room."
While all this was going on, Eli had taken his stool, backed it up against the walls, back again. He didn't like. It's very obvious he liked to see the whole.
So he's in the corner, like more in the corner, just up right against the wall.
No, he just kind of leaned back against the wall right by Darius.
Okay.
Storm will be like, I don't really need a chair. And she'll just kind of like lean up against the barrel behind her sister. Stand there.
Well, Darius continues. This is better. I don't know if it'll be enough, but does anyone here have any experience on the seas?
I've been on a ship a few times.
Same. I'm good at the helm and the crow's nest. Anywhere else, manual labor doesn't really suit me.
I'll
Well,
see
that's
what
all
you do.
right. I'm pretty good at manual labor.
The crow's nest. I think you were making a joke, but I know you, and that feels like a little bit out of character, so I'm not sure if I should laugh, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Fantastic. We got a party. All right. I'll trust that Oscar can handle explaining what the job is. I lost a shipment. I don't want to pay for it. It's a long story, but I'm going to give you, Oscar, the manifest for the shipment. And, do what you can to try to figure out where you think it could be. Like I said, there's a ship just outside waiting for you to just tell it where you need to go. Again, you're going to have to do some work, but it'll get you there, I think. Probably. You're probably fine.
I'm going to.
It's not a
just going-
manifesto. Whoa. No, it's just the description of the ship, the course, and what
Okay.
was on it.
Okay.
It's not a little red cookbook.
All right. So I'll look over the notes and I'll look at Grip and I'll say, so my friend, you care to do this one more time? Because I know he's the only one I recognize from our last adventure. But I'll say to Darius, no problem. We'll find the ship and retrieve your item.
Oh, man in a pickle. I'm assuming we will get a little bit of payment as well from you.
Yeah, of course. I will extend the same offer that I gave these fine gentle folks. 50 now and 50 later, right, folks?
100 now.
That
And
was the
100
first
later.
one.
Oh, my mistake. Sorry, it's a lot of business things slip my mind. Yeah, of course, 100 now, and 100 for those of you who return. When you return, excuse me. Oscar, could I have a word with you just over here? And he
Most
sort of,
absolutely.
he just sort of
As I
motions.
rub my hands deviously.
He's sort of ushering you to the bar, leaving the group behind.
Mm-hmm.
So as you go, trying to get my coin around the table.
Do I need to move my character?
Legitimate business in the main courtyard.
Mm-hmm.
But as as you walk, he hands you the manifest. You have it. And for those of you on Foundry, the manifest is actually in the lore tab. If you look in your notes, you should be able to hopefully see it, maybe. It gives you the map. It tells you the manifest and all that good stuff. Let me know if you can't see it. But specifically to Oscar, he says, listen, I'm not going to lie. This, especially with this crew, might get a little dodgy. So I'm going to give you this. And he pulls a small box out of his coat and hands it to you. This is for you and you alone. I did a little business a while back, and I happened to procure a relic. It's 2 relics, actually. They're sister coins. There is the coin of 2 heads and the coin of 2 tails. Now, there's an inscription in the lid. If you take that coin and place it on something and read the inscription, whatever you place it on will instantly be teleported along with the coin. The shipment, it's quite large. It may be easier for you just to send it back, and free your hands up for any, negotiating that you might need to do. Sound good?